Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? How's everyone doing? I am, so I'm sitting here working, and because I have to sit at my desk by myself, I decided that I'm going to invite you all more frequently to my desk. I thought that I would share with you a few things that have helped me along the way as a business owner and really just as an individual. I have my headphones on too because this is actually what I do all day. I just sit and listen to music all day while I'm working. But I wanted to share with you all some books that not just changed my life, but some books that charged my life, some books that definitely empowered me, and some books that kind of set me on a different path in life on various occasions. Some of these books I actually have read multiple times, or some of them I simply review at various junctures of life just to refresh myself on some of the concepts that they teach. I'm reading right now, or actually I'm listening to a book called Path of Prosperity. It's not Path to Prosperity, but it's Path of Prosperity. It's by James Allen, who's written a number of good books. And you should probably check him out because he's pretty cool. But Path to Prosperity, and the books that I read, most of them are actually pretty quick books. So James Allen's book, Path of Prosperity, is actually about 2 hours worth of a listen, and probably less if you read it yourself. But I would urge you all to check it out. It's actually, I Googled it. It's actually available on YouTube, and it's 2 hours and 4 minutes on YouTube. It's something that's really good to listen to. And I'm at probably this third or fourth chapter, and it's speaking about how we create happiness in our life. Happiness is not something that just exists. Happiness is something that you choose, and based off of what you choose as far as your happiness, then it teaches us to kind of have a different outlook on life, in a way that sets you up for success, no matter the path that you take, no matter the obstacles that come your way, no matter any adverse challenges or anything. Happiness exists in the mind. Okay, happiness exists in the mind. And so Path of Prosperity is not necessarily a path to being rich or all of that stuff, but if you have riches on the inside, then obviously you're going to create that on the outside. So Path of Prosperity by James Allen is a great book. Think and Grow Rich, obviously, is another wonderful book. Think and Grow Rich. There's actually one about the devil. Something about the devil is pretty good. But I want you to check out some of those books. They're actually pretty good books. Another book that was very, very powerful for me was 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. It basically just teaches you as an entrepreneur how to maximize your time and how not to do mundane tasks, to kind of outsource all of the tasks that you yourself don't necessarily need to do, but that somebody else can do for you. So Think and Grow Rich, Path to Prosperity, 4-Hour Work Week. And another one that was huge for me is let's see, it is Joseph Prince's book, and it's called Destined to Reign. I read that last year, and my reading that book is really what kind of catapulted me out of a stuck place mentally, as well as professionally, because sometimes you kind of get into a process that doesn't really challenge you, something that doesn't excite you or anything. So I would urge you to read that book most definitely, especially if you are religious or if you're a Christian. It really just teaches you about how nothing that you do as far as work is what's going to position you for success or greatness. It talks about the grace and mercy of God, and based off of Napoleon Hill is the name. So thank you for reminding me, because I never said his name. So Think and Grow Rich is by Napoleon Hill, but Joseph Prince's book talks about how the grace and mercy of God is what really puts us in a position to obtain everything that we need to obtain in life. And it's not based off of everything that any person can give you or anything that you can give yourself. It's based off of what is essentially the result of, God, and how God orchestrates things in your life. Another book that I didn't mention is by Dale Carnegie. I have so many. I guess I should have wrote those things down. Yes, ma'am. You are absolutely welcome. But I would urge you to check out some of these books. And I know that some of us are not readers, but in order for us to become kind of take ourselves out of stuckness or wherever we might be. And I'm not always thinking that everybody is stuck, but these books really actually put these things in perspective to where you will realize that you probably are stuck without even knowing it. So I would advise you to check out some of those, especially audiobooks for those of you who work at a desk, or for those of you who have some opportunity to listen to something, whether you're driving or not. I would check out those books. And if you have any suggestions of books that you yourself would like to share with myself or anyone else, then please let me know. And yes, Dale Carnegie has a book that's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's probably one of the first of all of these books that I've read, and that was like a phenomenal book. It really just teaches you about the art of communication. It's not essentially about winning friends per se, but it's about communicating with people in a manner that actually makes them more responsive to you. And it's like some things that when you read the book, you think it's common sense, but it ends up working like magic, the way that he teaches you how to communicate in more profitable, like literally profitable, financially profitable ways, based off of the way that you display yourself and the way that you communicate with other people. So check out some of those books. And I don't want to give you like a whole entire reading list, but I definitely want to challenge you to, by the end of the year, to read one of those books, to check out those books. And share with me what you think. So I don't want you to just read them. I actually want you to talk about them and tell me what you think about them too. I think that's it for now. But those books really, they didn't change my life. They charged my life. And by that, I mean that they invigorated me. They woke up something within me. Yes, I sure can. They woke up something within me. Actually, I'm releasing a site on Sunday that's called friendsofcoachd.com, and on there it's going to have all of these book links, and it's actually going to link you to the audiobooks. So that's going to work out pretty well. Those audiobooks, some of them you can download and some of them you can just listen to online, but I will send you the list as well as the link to the books. Yes, ma'am. So that you all could check out and kind of follow some of the things that I've read. But I, again, just want to encourage you to, get outside of yourself, get outside of your comfort zone, get outside of the things that you are accustomed to doing per se. Even if books is not your thing, books don't have to be your thing for them to actually and positively charge your life. So you want a life that's actually going to be something that you can be proud of. And many times it's found in a book. Like, simply put, it's found in a book. And they always say that, but I don't think we take that as seriously as we should. Check out some of the opportunities that you have that are just right in a book. And you can take that book with you wherever you go, whether it's on your iPad, whether it's on your phone. Just be more advocates of reading. More advocates of kind of tapping into some of those resources that the people around you probably aren't tapping into. And even if they are, make it be something that you can read with other people together, even if you have to join a book club or create a book club, whatever it might be, to actually add the reading component to life. Some of these are timeless books that were written ages ago, but the value of them never changes. So I want you to check those out. And again, once you do read those books, I want you to let me know what you think about them, here's the one. So Napoleon Hill, like Miss Kite, this is one I want you to read. It's called Outwitting the Devil. So Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill is like absolutely phenomenal. What you'll come to realize about these books is that, some of us are Christians, some of us are not, and that's perfectly fine. But you'll come to realize that even though these people never specifically say God or Jesus or whatever, the way that they talk, you absolutely know, like hands down, they're talking about God. Like, it's amazing how I don't know if they did it to be more commercialized or whatever reason they did it, not saying God. But sometimes I think we don't realize that God exists in everything. We like to make God a being. We like to put God in like one little space, not understanding that God is everywhere. He is all things. And so in some of these books, they talk about, he's saying, outwitting the devil. So obviously, if there is the devil, there is the opposite of that. So I want you to read the book and kind of take into consideration everything that it's telling you, not just the devil part, but everything that it's telling you, because it's like so amazing the way that they not just relay the information, but how that information becomes so apparent and so obvious in your life. It's like, you read these books and it connects so many dots for you. And again, it masterfully charges your life in a way that you wouldn't have thought possible by way of a book. And these books are actually very entertaining. They might not be something that you just pick up in an everyday nature, but if you're an entrepreneur, definitely read these books. If you're any type of a leader, definitely read these books. Okay, so that's all I have. I know that's pretty extensive, but you aren't doing anything, so whatever. And because I'm up late, I'm gonna be periscoping fairly frequently because I don't have anything else to do while I'm doing some of this other stuff, and sometimes I just need a few minutes break. So this is Coach D Nicole, just letting you know about the books that have charged my life. I need to update that list, ma'am, and when I update the list, I will share it with everyone. And again, if you all have any suggestions of books, please let me know. Whatever I might be able to check out, or whatever I might be able to let others know to check out. So Coach D Nicole signing off. I love each and every one of you. I hope this has been a very blessed and profitable day for you. And I'm wishing you all the best. Have a good night. I hate this thing. It never turns off when you need it to. Isn't that the worst? Okay, maybe it wants me to keep talking to you because it won't turn off.